Good afternoon, guys. My name is Laura. Welcome to Hedgehog's Homestead. Today we're going to make a simple artisan bread. Very simple. You guys are going to like this one. So, first we need, see, I have my little paper over here. Even though I shouldn't need it, it's so simple. So first we need a cup and a half of water. I have a cup and a half here, and I'm going to put it in the microwave for 30 seconds because we want our water to be about 90 degrees. Sorry, that's about 30 seconds in the microwave. So for this recipe, you're going to need water, you're going to need instant yeast, you're going to need salt, and all-purpose flour. Preferably unbleached flour, it works better. There we go. So we pour in our water into our bowl. And to our water, we add 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. That's it. Sorry, that's kind of loud, isn't it? Okay, and this is the yeast I use. And I always keep my yeast in the freezer because it keeps it better. Now we need 3 cups of flour. One. Make sure your flour is leveled off in your measuring cup. 3. Okay, I'm not going to put the salt in yet. It does ask for 1 teaspoon of salt, but just like our sourdough bread that we made yesterday, we don't add the salt until we mix the rest of it in first, because we don't want to kill our yeast. I'm going to mix that together. I don't have my handy whisk like I did yesterday. That's in the wash. Now this recipe said that it's 1/2 to 1 3/4 cups of water. Just to, because with this dough you want it nice and sticky, just like our sourdough. Okay, so that's combined. So that's what it looks like combined. Now we're going to fold in our 1 teaspoon of, our 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon. And I'm just going to blend that in with my fingers because I feel like it can do better than my whisk. I often use my hands when it comes to just adding, I should have used it yesterday. Just making sure it's really mixed well. When you squeeze the dough through your fingers, you can get it to mix well. Okay, Now, to get that off my hand, I just use my bowl scraper. Take it off my hand and put it back in the bowl. And that is all that you do with this. Now you're gonna put it in a warm place with some saran wrap on top, or a wet pad. Okay guys, so now it's all combined together. Now we're just gonna put it in my oven. I'm gonna put it in my oven. You can put it in a warm place in your house. I put it in my oven on my bread proofing. A lot of the newer stoves have a bread proof in their stove. It's just a button you push and you push start. So you might want to look at your oven and see if it's there. It was a nice surprise. I didn't start making bread until after I had this oven, so I didn't know it had that. So that was a nice surprise. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my oven for 4 hours, and then we'll shape it and put it in a Dutch oven and cook it. And that's it. It's such a simple recipe. Combined, other than waiting, it's not much time at all. So you do have to do it like 4 hours before you wanna have dinner. So if you made it at lunchtime, and by dinner time it would be ready. So there you go, guys. See you back in a little while. Got some flour on the counter here. Put you guys down so you can see this. And we're gonna shape it. So you can see how big it got in the bowl. It was half that size before. And now what we're gonna do, just like we did with our sourdough, we're gonna lift it up and then bring it down, sticking it, and there'll be no problem with it sticking on have our Dutch oven in the oven, and that is preheating at 450 degrees. So the Dutch oven is preheating at 450 degrees. We have this molded and ready to go. And we'll go ahead and put it on parchment paper. Sorry about the break, guys. My phone was calling 911 for me, and I don't know why. Technology. So, I'm going to put this on the parchment paper so that it's ready to go in our Dutch oven. I promise you I'm okay. Now watch cops show up at my door. Oh no, and it just kind of got stuck here. Okay, now that is ready. To go in the thing. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing we did with our sourdoughs. We're going to cut a nice little, if I can find one. The other one's in the wash. There we go, we got our little knife. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Going to cut a nice slice right down the middle. I'm going to kind of do, we'll see how that one turns out. Okay, we can take out our Dutch oven. Close our oven so it stays warm. Open it up. Grab our bread. Place it in our Dutch oven. Okay. Put our lid on it. And that, just like we did our sourdough, that's going to hold in that steam and make a nice crispy crust on the outside of the bread. And so you'll have that nice crusty bread for dinner. It's not sourdough, but it sure is yummy. So, we're going to have that bake in our oven for 35 minutes with the lid on, and then we're going to take the lid off and have it bake with the lid off for 20 minutes. And you always, when you take the lid off, you always kind of want to watch it. And if it looks done and it's got a nice tap to it, it kind of sounds like almost hollow when you tap it, it's usually done. The best way to know your bread is done, though, is having like a thermometer, kind of like this. It's just, you stick it in, just, you know, a meat thermometer would work too. You stick it in the bread and it gives you the internal temp. And if it's at 200 degrees, that bread is done. And then you just wait for that bonus. You know, how dark do you want your outer crust? That's appealing to different people in different ways, you know, and so you kind of watch it, and you watch it for the color of crust that you want. So now we'll be waiting. Siri, give me a timer for 35 minutes.
Okay, 35 minutes and counting.
Now we'll be waiting for that 35 minutes and we'll get to the next thing. The timer went off. Now let's go check the bread. And take off the lid, right? Very, very hot. Oh, doesn't that look nice? So, I don't know if I want that to cook any longer. What do you guys think? Don't want that any darker, really. Let's see if it's up to temp. Doesn't that look beautiful? Now let's stick our... I still have the oven on. I haven't turned it off because I need to make sure that this is at 200 degrees. Looks like it is done, and I love that golden color, so I'm going to leave it there. There we go, guys. There we go, guys. Absolutely beautiful bread. You almost can't mess it up. And it's the perfect size for a smaller family. And so there you guys go. A simple loaf that is much easier than the sourdough loaf we did yesterday. You have no fuss with the sourdough. I like the sourdough because it's better for your gut, but this is a wonderful loaf that your kids and your whole family will love, and it's simply delicious and simple to make even better. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and have a wonderful day. Okay, here you go, guys. Time to cut the bread. Oh, listen to that crunch. So that's what that looks like inside, guys. Absolutely gorgeous.